Yeah, people are joining in.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the numbers are consistently rising. Happy to see that. That's good. So
Yeah, maybe we'll start.
It did not
Let's
ask
start.
me for OTP, and I am inside now.
It's fine then.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I could see Deepraj's face in
Yeah.
YouTube now.
No, it's already live.
Yeah.
Let's wait for the last minute maybe, and then we'll start.
You guys gonna see my bottle often in the meeting.
Yeah,
Oh.
one more joined in. Yeah, let's start. Arun.
Yeah. So, hey guys, this is Arun Kumar, studying my master's in Germany, and I am living in Braunschweig, and technically I'm in India right now in my hometown. So the main agenda for this session is to help uh, fellow people who are aspiring to come into Germany for their masters, and we have a team of good mentors, and you will get to know them in a couple of minutes. And as a co-host, I have Sami Tyagarajan. He is the co-founder of Coracle, and some might have known before. And also I have my fellow friend and student from another university who is also doing his masters in Germany. And it's my pleasure to host this webinar, and I am happy to share the stage with both of them. And this is the quick introduction I could give you about the webinar, and I will hand it over to Sami to tell about himself.
Okay, thank you, Arun. Yeah, I'm quite excited to be here. I think your introduction was, I think, sufficient for the short round. And as you can see, also from I'm from India, so I came to Germany in 2004 for my master's, and so since 2016, yeah, managing Coracle. I'm a co-founder at Coracle. Looking forward for today's session and look forward for an active engagement and to share my experience and whatever I know. Yeah, looking forward.
Thanks, Sami, for your quick introduction. It's my pleasure to have you here, and I will hand it over to Deepraj.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Deepraj. I'm also a master student studying in University of Duisburg-Essen. I'm studying computational mechanics, and I'm here in Germany since September 2019. Yeah, I'm excited. I'll be giving you some basic information kind of presentation. Yeah, I think I should start the presentation.
Now I will start the video as per the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a second. So we have an intro video about the people behind this webinar who worked in their free time to help the fellow students. and it's my pleasure to present you Destination Germany mentors, and you could see the video playing in a couple of seconds. Sami, can you able to see the screen? I've started sharing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just hit the play button. So let the dice roll. So this is our team. I would like to thank each and everyone in the video for making this webinar possible, and it's an immense pleasure for me to host this. So I will give the stage to Deepraj for the presentation.
Yeah. Thanks, Arun.
Yep.
Can you give me host rights to present?
Yes, you can. You are the host now.
Thanks. I hope you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hello everyone. So before going into the direct question answer session, I'm here to give you just quick overview why you should choose higher studies in Germany. Yeah, we are a group of students studying in Germany. We are helping students to their goals or studying masters in Germany. So I'm sorry. Yeah. So we know Germany is known as land of ideas and inventions. From school or from you will be hearing this name of scientist that may be in physics, chemistry, mathematics, and engineering. We might be that time wondering who will be those scientists and from which country. So Germany has a good background of it, and many scientists and inventors like Kepler, Ohm in physics, some Gauss Hilbert in mathematics, engineering, Carl Benz, Gutenberg. So it's like one of the and the most important reason why you should choose Germany as a country to study in. One more uh, advantage, or we can say that Germany has for mass higher studies, Germany has no tuition fee or low tuition fee. So most of the universities has zero tuition fee, but you have to pay some semester contribution that is negligible. And so so you might be wondering like why in Germany, because they have their law to have no tuition fee, but there are some states who charge tuition fee for the universities. For example, Baden-Württemberg, one of the state in Germany, they have some tuition fees, but that's still negligible compared to US universities. Um, yeah, so there are types of universities in Germany. The first one is simply called universities or technical universities, so-called TUs. They they have zero tuition fee as said, and for those who want a theoretical PhD, academically oriented, they should go into the universities. And also for those who want in future to do a PhD, so this is the right way to choose universities. And the second type is universities of applied sciences, so-called Fachhochschulen. So their degree programs are like 1.5 year most of the time. And on the other hand, universities has degree programs like 2 years. So these Fachhochschulen are practice oriented. Those who are planning to like gain uh, not to go in technical field but in applied field, uh, like job oriented, so they can choose universities of applied sciences. And but they might have some tuition fees like 3,000 to 4,000 euros, um, depends like per semester. And these universities, they have dedicated programs and syllabus. Some of the university, like some syllabuses are designed directly by the industries and they have collaboration with the industries. So it's a nice chance to go get into those industries uh, with those Fachhochschulen or universities of applied sciences. One more advantage of choosing universities of applied sciences is they have compulsory kind of internships in their syllabus. So universities, on the other hand, they don't have compulsory internships in their syllabus. So nowadays, what's happening because of Corona, um, those who have compulsory internships, they are preferred. And according to my experience, they get easily selected into those companies for internships. So I'm talking about universities of applied sciences. So these are, and also the third point why you should choose Germany is you might aware of, this is one of the most industrialized nation with big brands. As you can see, Germany is um, known for automobile hub. So many big MNC automobile companies are located in Germany, like Mercedes, Audi, BMW, Volkswagen, Porsche, etc., etc. So those automobile or so-called kind of technical companies um, are situated in south part of the Germany, as you can see. And also I'm living in this northern Westphalia state. It's so it has majority of industries which is related to transport or yeah, transportation. So those guys who wants their masters in kind of technical logistics or something related to that, so they should choose the region accordingly, so that there are many advantages of why you should not only choose the university but also the region in Germany or states, because you'll get easily work student jobs or student jobs or even internships uh, in the same state only. You don't need to relocate. So also there is one point about internationalization. There are number of English taught courses. So first point, we think about studying in Germany, that we should know the German language and there will be the courses in German, but that's not the case. There are many number of courses that is English taught, and that's in all domain, not only engineering but everything. Yeah. Also, you have chance, even if you know uh, zero German or you are at the starting phase, so you can get accepted with so-called conditional admits. So there are some universities who accept you as a language student, so they just accept you and they let you study first, complete your German study in Germany. And after you complete, for example, the criteria is you should complete B1 for this and this university. So after you complete B1, then they will enroll you as a student, from language student. So there is a chance, uh, even if you know don't know German, or you have already done with A1 or A2 level. Yeah. So yeah, I already talked about there are opportunity. There are some private courses here also. Uh, so you can come here on language visa and join the private courses and learn German here. And this is Germany is like one of the top destinations for international students. Uh, yeah, I think USA and Germany are on top of the list. And also there are vast majority of students, degree seeking students in Germany, and then the amount is still growing. As I was seeing, um, I came here on like in September 2019, so I can see the number increasing. Also, there is one more point about universities. Uh, so according to my experience, or most of the students will say you that there is nothing like rankings in Germany. For example, we have rankings in India or maybe in USA. So there is nothing like ranking in universities, but still, according to some standards, uh, so according to some aspect, there is CHE ranking you can look into. And also there are some top universities, so-called TU9 TU9 universities. So they are 9 universities, Germany's top 9 universities, and they have uniformly their standard maintained, and the degree is recognized globally. So when you get admission into any university, don't think firstly about the university, think what you want to do, because after you get your degree completed, there is nothing like priority for universities in the job market. So whatever you learn or whatever your skills, that's the most important. So that is the advice for you guys, uh, yeah, about universities. And also talking about culture, there is a good combination of culture, like uh, combined of city life and village life. The people here also are kind. Most of you have heard like German people are rude or they are not so talkative, but I experienced totally different. They are very helpful even if you go anywhere in, for example, in supermarket or anywhere to collect in post office or in some shops. They are helpful. Yeah, that's what I experienced. And also talking about visa, you have one Schengen visa that is uh, that covers 26 countries, not only Germany but many other European countries. You can see the list here, or you can just simply Google in. So the one advantage is with this visa, you can travel uh, in the meantime, or when once you come here, you can travel to nearby countries like Netherlands, Belgium, France, like that. So till now, talking about me, I have traveled to France. So you don't need anything. You just have your passport and visa with you, and yeah, just you can go. Yeah, yeah, that's what from my side, like basic introduction. And thank you for listening. You, and also don't forget to we join our Facebook group that's called Destination Germany Self Help. So one of our moderators will accept your request, and you can post your queries there also. And I think I'll hand over to Arun, and we'll be sharing our personal experiences.
Yeah.
Just
Thanks for a
yeah,
quick presentation, Deepraj. It was informative, and
yeah,
I hope many of the aspirants would have got some new information from the PPT. And like, let me start tell you why I decided to choose Germany as a destination for masters. Um, like, let me be honest. Like, most of the people come from a middle class background, and we have a budget to plan for our higher studies. And when I was looking, you know, what's the situation in the US, Canada, and all the English speaking countries. And like I was brainstorming a lot. And I spoke with one of my classmates who was doing his master's, like by my bachelor's classmate who was doing his master's in Germany. And he told me that it was very shocking to hear that the universities are not charging any tuition fees for the students. And I really could not believe, and I just went on to the Google and read about it, and it was mind blowing. And there are a couple of YouTubers who were making videos that time, and like there were a lot of platforms booming around boosting Germany as a destination. Then I spoke with my parents, and they gave me a green signal, like just go ahead for your profile, you will get definitely. And they told they can also support me financially. Then that it was a start, and I was looking. After 1 year, boom, I was admitted and I moved to Germany. And here I am. I am about to finish my master's. And it's a quite a roller coaster, to be real, to speak in a reality way. And I had an opinion like everybody in India is a movie buff, and they would have seen abroad as an fun place. Like it is fun, but you will be on your own, and you have to take care of yourself, and you have to be more serious about your studies, which I was. And now I am working in an state of the art research that is happening all over the world. That is machine learning and artificial neural networks. And yeah, beyond that, I cannot say about the project because of the privacy and security mainly. So opportunities, yes. There are a lot, but I will tell you what Germans expect. Let's say, for an example, there is a position open in a company, and they just don't take anyone, like unlike in other countries, just to fill that position so that they can move ahead and then train ahead like that. Definitely, it's not the case in Germany. They will really expect, the standard of expectations are really high. And I'm not scaring you. I'm just telling as an alert message who are about to come. You have to really work your ass off to score, at least to pass a subject, and to score good grade, do work student, search for internship and master thesis, and then you're done. Once you did your thesis, like I was sure if you are really worked hard, it will pay you well and you will get a job. And one thing, the strong recommendation that I give to everybody is German is the real key to find a job. Like there are some YouTubers or blogs which tell that you can come to Germany without German. Yes, that is true, but I am for sure telling you guys, like like 1 in 100 can get a job without German, or 10 in 100, but nobody want to take a chance. And you are living abroad, and it is always highly recommended to learn the local language. So, according to my proficiency, like I have did till C1, and I could talk fluently, not like I'm nobody can talk in 2.5 years of time as a native speaker, but I'm pretty sure, I'm confident that I did all my job interviews in German and I got the job. So that is proof that I could speak well. And this is not something to brag about. I'm just telling the real story. And I recommend everyone to take learning German seriously. And that's it from my side. And I will hand it over to Sami.
Thank you, Arun. Also, thank you, Deepraj, for the nice presentation. So I have 10 minutes for me. So I have to decide myself what I will share today. As the invitation to the meeting is about, is Germany good destination for studies? So I think it makes sense that I will basically take a small part of my quite long story to share how I decided to come to Germany. So what were the reasons that I had, and then maybe to give a small snapshot of some experience during my studies, and then maybe to look back after 17 years now to see if I'm happy with the decision. So probably I think that should be okay, and I'm happy to engage with you guys maybe in a the later part of the session where we can have discussions if you have any specific questions. So Germany was not my plan A. So it was not my initial idea to come to Germany at all, because I never had any thoughts of going to Germany or any foreign country during 2002-3 time. And so basically I wanted to MBA in India. So I was preparing for CAT. And after the exam, I saw DAAD had a kind of like in fair, so where they are kind of like distributing some books. So I also picked one. I was just laying there in my room for like a few weeks, and then I started to look into this, and then it was like mentioning some nice pictures from Germany, and then tuition fee was not there. It's like all free and stuff. Then I was thinking, okay, let me just, instead of wasting some time and waiting for the results, so I would just can I think someone is not on mute. Okay. It would be nice if you guys, I mean the listeners, if you could go on mute. I think for the others it's easy. So I was applying for random universities. I had no idea what I have no idea what kind of these universities and courses are. So I did my electronics in my bachelor's. So I was just randomly applying to, I don't know, 13, 14 universities. And Fed plays its game. So I did not get through the the CAT rounds to get a place in IIMs, but then I got like, I don't know, 11 or 12 admits from Germany. And that's when I also decided to apply for a passport because I didn't had one. And then, yeah, long story short, I had to choose one university, and I somehow chose Hamburg, because I heard somewhere from someone, it's a big city. I even had no idea where Hamburg was located. And during that time, the internet is not available, as we have now, and the information is also not available. So it's basically pretty much blank, let's say a black box for me. And then, yeah, I came to Hamburg, and then, yeah, I studied information and communication systems, that's into wireless security. And yeah, so did quite a lot of different part-time jobs also during studies. And so did my internship and master thesis in Philips. And then, yeah, realized during my master thesis, so what I was studying is not my cup of tea. I don't want to continue myself into the technical fields. I wanted to get out of it because I was not very strong or comfortable doing that. So kind of like, and then I took random paths. Let's not get into that now. But now looking back, so it doesn't matter how I choose Germany. If I look back and think, is it the right decision? I honestly believe it is a right decision. I got lucky that I somehow randomly came into this. I somehow not ended up doing something else somewhere, and I have been promoting Germany kind of like to all the juniors who are coming to me asking for information and so on and so on. It Germany outshines other countries in my view for a couple of reasons. So one is the total cost of investment. So it is not a mountain that you need to invest. It's more or less costing the same as if you do your master degree in India. And also the other reasons Deepraj explained. So I don't want to get into that, but I think one of the biggest benefit is getting a permanent residency or even becoming a German citizen. It's way easier compared to the other countries. And I think if you compare it with USA, it's almost like impossible there. So which helps me now if I'm looking into the current situation. So I have my company here. It made everything easier to establish my roots here. So kind of like yeah, establishing a second route here, which really helped. And I'm not really bothered about my friends who are living in other countries still wondering about the visa status, be it green card or residency and so on and so on. This kind of thinking has been gone for me, like, I don't know, 6-7 years back already. So for the future, it gives a lot of security. And also Germany being the one of the economic powerhouse, I think everything comes together. And I think it's a real sweet deal if you are really prepared to do the homework. As Arun mentioned, language being one, and the opportunities are huge. That's really, how do you say, it's my kind of reflection. And I would say it's a very good destination for you, even if you wanted to go back, not willing to stay here. The couple of years of stay will give you a lot more exposure to new culture, and it will also shape you as a person, because you will be living quite away from your family and in a place where the language is new, the food and culture is new. You will go back as a different person, in a sense a better person. So all in all, it will be a worth investment of your time and money. So that's my very short, let's say, insight. And I would be rather spending the rest of my time with engaging with you, answering your questions if you have any.
Yeah, thanks, Sami, for your personal reflections. And Deepraj, if you have any personal stories to share, you can go ahead, or you can open it for
Yeah,
Q&A. Yeah,
yeah,
like
I'll
now.
just in few minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started preparing for masters like right in the end of my third year of engineering. So I was into many Facebook groups, following many YouTube channels, some Twitter hashtags, also some university websites. So I started, first point was I started learning German well before, because learning German, like, you can do it on fast track courses, but yeah, some uh, because that time there were some private classes near my university, so I joined them. So every weekend I used to do German classes there. So I completed like in 1.5 year till B2, and I also wrote test of exam. And then I applied for Germany. I applied almost like 12 universities, and I got uh, 4 to 5 admits. So at first I got like one admit from RWTH, that was like paid course. So I had no option. So I started collecting money for blocked account, and also booked an appointment for visa. So that was like kind of hard phase for me, because like banks were not agreeing to give me loans because they need some collateral and stuff. So my luck, after some time I got like this admit, the university I'm studying in, and also one more from TU Dresden. So I booked a visa appointment on TU Dresden, and I cleared my visa things. Um, yeah, talking about my uh, experience, and like the suggestions I will give to you is uh, learn German as much you can, because every aspect here, like finding internship, finding part-time job, or maybe connecting to German friends, you need first German language. Uh, so that's the most important thing I will suggest. And the second one is uh, get some skills before getting into Germany, like some kind of programming skills or some relevant skills, so that you can, after getting into this university or in Germany, you'll be able to find a hiwi, so called like part-time job in the university. So I'm working as a research assistant in the university. So I had I before coming here I knew somewhat like Python and related skills. So I applied to the post, and professor agreed, and so that's what like advantage. I learned Python and stuff before, and yeah, yeah, that's what. uh, there are many aspects, like better will give you the room to ask the questions, and will ask tell the answers directly. Yeah, over to you, Arun.
Yeah, thank you both for your very insightful reflections. And before opening up to the Q&A, like I just want to give some fun side of Germany as well. And Germany is a kind of a country that it's like work hard, party hard. You can see Germans like Monday to Friday in a beast mode, working their asses off. Saturday and Sunday, you can see that as if they don't have a profession and they party like that. Some people are like that, and some people are also like quite. I don't want to get into the details. So, like, there are a lot of fun opportunities there, and you can even at the end of my session, I can share you my Instagram profile. You can see what were the fun that I was doing. Like, you'll have a different peace of mind when you go there, and it's completely different. Nothing against India, though, but the nature that Germany offers and the peace that it gives. And in my personal opinion, like Germans are really, really pure people. Like I have never been betrayed or backstabbed, and like anything like they will be like sometimes very straightforward. That as an Indian, I find sometimes rude, but after sometimes I realize that those things are like benefit of both of the people. So that is the small introduction, like small. In German, we call it as a Zusammenfassung. That means, oh my God, I forgot the English words. So
Summary.
It's like
yeah,
wrap up.
summary.
Yeah.
Yeah, summary of what is fun in Germany is about, and yeah, like, and I will open the floor to the Q&A session. Look, there is already a couple of questions in the chat. If you are interested, you can post your chats, like questions in the chat, and you can also unmute and speak. Like, let me open with the chat questions. like, mm, like Rohan says, can you please elaborate the next step after BTech and the scopes of scholarship? And I think Deepraj can answer this better.
Yeah. So after your BTech or B whatever engineering, so you should start looking for your area of interest, I would say, first of all, because there are number of courses here, number of branches you can go select. So first you select your area of interest, and then there are some portals like DART or some maybe you'll also find list of universities in one of our Facebook groups. So uh, the main point is websites of universities are really up to date. So you just need to go to website of each and university, because what I personally found, like there are some universities that I got to know after coming here. So many of us don't know the universities. So the key point is do your thorough research about universities. You'll surely find one like good university. So selecting your area of interest and selecting universities, and along with you can start preparing for German, and the rest things are SOP. Let him The rest things are like statement of purpose, that's kind of motivation letter, and a letter of recommendation. So what is SOP? SOP is kind of motivation, why you want to join this course, this university, why Germany. So you have to explain in like Arun, can you just mute? Okay. So you have to write your motivation on that one page. Uh, I think most of the time they allow you to write one page of motivation. So motivation letter, letter of recommendation from your professors, like uh, and the other things like IELTS. So about IELTS and English language, I would say roughly 70 to 80% universities accept medium of certificate. That is that your degree has been awarded, like you have done your degree in English taught course, and like your university or registrar of your university can give you this so-called medium certificate letter, and you can apply with that to many of universities. So I see many of my friends got admits with that letter. So you, in that case, you don't need to give IELTS, and you can save your time, preparation time, both exam and preparation time, also money. So that was IELTS and English. So I'll just wrap up these things. German skills, German certificate, uh, then your list of universities, their requirements. Go to each university, see their requirements. They need German requirements, English requirements, and these things, SOP, LOR, and maybe some one aspect is work experience. So few of the universities need compulsory 1 year, 2 year or so, like that experience. So in my case, like RWTH Aachen, I applied to CAME course. So they needed 1 year compulsory work experience. So in that case, like I already did 1 year experience, so I showed there, like I uploaded my work certificate there. Yeah, I think those are the key points you should prepare before. And there are like two like you can apply for winter course. There are two type of courses here, winter, starting in winter semester and summer semester. So that's your decision. Like I would prefer winter semester because most of the courses are in starting from winter. So you should see that and plan according to that. So I think I covered most of the part of the question. Yeah.
Thanks, Deepraj. It was a very detailed answer, and we will.
Yeah.
I hope it helps
Yeah. I
many
think he
people.
also asked about scholarship.
Yeah,
I personally applied only for one Deutschland stipendium. That's so after I got admit into the University of Duisburg, so our university's website has this separate page for this stipendium. I think I applied that, but I was unfortunately not lucky to get that. Also, there are some private scholarship, but you need some engagement with those companies or such like that. And
yeah. And moving
yeah,
on
we'll
to
cover
the
that later. Yeah.
yeah, um, Deepan Vita asks, what is the scope for masters in management? Germany is a country which gives a lot of opportunities, and there are scope for with respect to all the fields, and provided that you have all the necessary skills, you can excel in that field. One add-on opinion from that is, especially in management courses, it's recommended to have a fluent German because you have to deal with the Germans in business environment. Yeah, and just a minute. And
I think
Sami has a point to share.
Yeah, just a quick one. I mean, it depends on um, what are you expecting out of an MBA degree, right? So if you compare MBA degree and the jobs that people get outside, like in India or in US, so Germany is not a country driven by the management schools. So I think without knowing what you are expecting out of an MBA degree, I think it's also quite hard to say if it is a Germany is a good country or not. You know? So, but Germany works in a bit different way than when it comes to the MBA degrees. But it's completely not one to one with how it's let's say in India, for example.
So yeah, thanks for answer. Moving on to the next question. Which institute, Rajan asked, which institute you recommend for learning German, or Goethe, or any private institute? Which one will be beneficial? As I completed A2 now, for further learning, I need your suggestion. So I think you're already on the right track. And I personally tell that for many people, language learning works in a different way. Some people are speaking really good with the help of an app called Babel. I'll just sharing the app name. It's a subscription based. You can try. And some people like me are really interested in learning the traditional way of going to the class, seeing the teacher alive, and interacting with fellow students. So it's highly up to you. How do you want to study? And I have seen a couple of people who also did self study, and which is really surprising for me. And it's not my cup of tea. So you just already did A2, and you know what works and what does not work. So you are a better person to decide on that. And um,
Whatever you do,
Duta,
don't pay too much money upfront.
yeah, that is like most of the good stuffs are free in the internet, so you can do a bit more of Google search to get. I would recommend Deutsche Welle has an free German course. If you're really money constrained, I would recommend you to do that. And what are the opportunities, international business in Germany? Blah blah
I
blah.
think we have touched that.
Yeah. So uh, it is A1 and A2 certificates is really necessary for an English taught course or not. It's subjective question and it is subject to the specific course, and a quick Google search, it will lead you to the university website and you can check for the requirements. Uh, so yeah, like many questions were around what, why, like how German will affect um, Germany will affect you in terms of language, and language is really important for survival, but not to get an admit and visa. That is my like not my opinion. That is a fact, and I myself got into like out into that like that, and now I would hand over to Sami to add few more words regarding German.
Yeah, I think it's no secret, right? So German is very important. How you learn it is up to you. And yeah, so now you have a lot more opportunities, as Arun mentioned. You can start learning by yourself. But I think as you progress, I think beyond A2, then I think your self-learning it gets a bit tricky. But I think with this kind of information, if you come to Germany, then things becomes much more easier. Um, and then I also saw a couple of words regarding scholarships. So I would just mention in general for all the scholarship related questions, as you already heard that there is no tuition fee, and usually scholarships are kind of like helping you to pay your tuition fee, and you will be taking care of your expenses through a blocked account. There, I think there is also a question about how much money it needs. So you basically you need to deposit 10,000 euros when you apply for your visa, which is a kind of like financial security that you show to the government via a blocked account. And once you have your blocked account and it's funded the 10,000 euros, once you are in Germany, so each month you will be getting from the blocked amount each month 860 euros. That's the kind of like current amount that every student needs. So yeah, so that's I wanted to touch on this expenses and scholarship side. It's you don't need a scholarship if you need to have this blocked account anyway. To besides this, there are a couple of scholarships from here. What Deepraj mentioned, what exploring.
Like I missed a good, interesting question. Somebody has an experience in IT and pursuing electronics and communications in bachelor's, and what are the opportunities of masters of international management or business? Good university suggestions, please, or requirements, cost structure, and scholarship. So my friend is doing a management course in RWTH Aachen, and his budget is around 25 to 30 lakhs. It varies every semester, so I would highly recommend you, and don't take my estimate as an any kind of confirming detail. Just go to Google and you can quick Google search will give you a lot of information. But um, scholarships, like I have met people who have got scholarship in Germany very rarely, because there is no tuition fees, and you can survive yourself. And in my opinion, in my case, I also take care of my family with my part-time job. Like I'm working in a research institute, and I take care of myself. Sometimes I support my parents. That is the economic situation there, and it's not very hard to find jobs there. Even I have seen people without German getting jobs as work student or student positions in companies, but not to take it into account as an motivation not to learn German. And I think I've given a lot of information on this question. Um, Next, moving on to Abhishek. Um, okay. So, if university feels like that and nobody can do anything about it because it's a sole the decision of the university to take their students, and if they have a requirement, you have to fulfill it. And in my case, I have to submit A1 certificate at the time of enrollment, and I submitted A1 for A1 to get registered myself in my course, and now it became A2. Officially, people with A2 GOTE certificates are only admitted in the course. So um, that's I. Um, so Rohan asked whether experience is really a better factor to go to masters or just start as a fresher. Um, I've seen people from both the scenarios, and I have a couple of classmates who are freshers and who excel in their studies and directly got their job. And I myself, as an experienced professional for 3 years in India, and then I decided to go to masters. And to be honest, as of now, I am treated respectfully for my experience and knowledge. And if you ask me, in my personal opinion, I would recommend you to work for some time, know what is really work is, earn some money, or maybe if you get in a good company, you can fund your masters by yourself, like how I did. Like I contributed some for my 3 years of salary and some for my parents. That it worked like that. And moving on to the next question. That's a good question. Like Omkar asked, why people choose Germany than any other European countries for studies? In my opinion, mm, the main attractive point is that there is no tuition fees, because when you study, the first question comes, whether can I fund it? That is there. And I think the couple, like both the co-host has better points to tell about on this subject, and I will give it to Sami and Deepraj to tell about.
Deepraj, do you want to add something to the the last question, because you also worked there? If not, I have a couple of points to add.
Yeah, maybe you start. I have something another to say.
Okay. Considering the time, I think we are also ending our planned time of 1 hour. So I will just keep it very quick. So Omkar is asking, hi Sami, about why people choose Germany than European countries. I cannot represent others because it's everybody's choice. But if I have to look in a very basic, why people go to a country, they wanted to study and then work there and then probably settle there, right? So when you compare to other European countries, you need to learn a new language anyway. It doesn't matter if you go to France or to Sweden. So the learning a new language, I would put it aside. But the job opportunities stronger in a country where economy is strong, and Germany being the strongest economy in Europe makes the decision very easy. So the question is, so what, how much of job opportunities do you have in terms of volume? So if you search in Sweden or in Finland, they're also quite strong in their economy. So I think considering that, the job opportunities in terms of volume and also the potential to settle down immigration is quite straightforward.
Yeah, I had something to add about this one question about this language Pantheon and Gothe. So, because some of my friends joined language Pantheon, they are conducting, like, I'm not promoting themselves, but some of my friends joined language Pantheon as a private like coaching, and they are doing from home. So there were many stories, like some completed still C1 level in 6 months or something like that. So if you are in hurry, maybe you can choose such options. I think Gothe, I don't know about Gothe. Right now they are open for coaching or exams. So maybe you can do your uh, coaching, like learning German learning in such language institutes, like language Pantheon, and complete till like whatever you want, B1, B2, and then give exam uh, uh, later, maybe in as soon the dates open, or maybe in Germany. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen many more questions coming on. Um
Maybe we need to take it up in the group,
yes.
considering the
So
time is up.
since we have already exceeded the planned time, and I want to make a small thank you note for everyone participating in this environment and making this really interactive. The questions were really interesting, and as a host and also as a mentor, I'm really happy to answer all those questions. And I'm really sorry if I missed some of the questions, and because some of the questions cannot be answered in few words. As I told you already, as a quick Google search can give you more information, and this is not to be taken something road as time constraint and um, time constraint. We have to wind up this webinar, and
Yeah,
we
maybe
haven't.
if they
We
have some
have
questions, they can write into the group.
yes. Um, there is an Facebook group which is really active. You can go there and post your questions. And I think, Deepraj, can you quickly paste the
Mhm.
Facebook group link into the chat? And
Yeah,
meanwhile, I'll
just a
take
sec.
a make a wind up speech. Like so, yeah. Like
I think still people have some questions, so
uh,
better they
Sami,
post
like
their.
how you wanna proceed now?
For the sake of this is also live, then it is also going to be a long session.
Yeah.
Couple of things. I think it's regarding MBA, which we have already kind of like answered. And if there is anything, I think as you mentioned, please feel free to join the group there, and then where we have like an engagement, we can have it there, or also in the YouTube comment section, we can also have an engagement there, I would say.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense what Sammy told now. So I really understand you guys. I can feel you like as a fellow aspirant. A few years back, I had a lot of questions. So that's why we have started this initiative to answer all your questions and make sure you have a smooth journey because I really got helped by many strangers who I've met online in Facebook, WhatsApp. They have, I cannot express and tell all the stories now, but this is a kind of giving back to the society that what I got from many people. And I really thank Sami for taking this initiative to bring all the mentors together, and he keenly and very brilliantly chose the mentors, and we have an excellent group of people who can guide. And if someone want to join into the group of being a mentor, you can write it in the Facebook group, and one of us will get in touch with you, and we will talk and we will work out things later. So for today's, I think that's it from the session, and I really thank everyone for giving me this opportunity to be the host. And I am really happy that this is the first webinar that I'm hosting, and it's on YouTube. I'm really proud of myself, and I would thank everyone making this possible, especially Anvit who made the intro video, and Deepraj for making the PPT, and of course Sami for sponsoring the uh, Zoom subscription for this webinar to happen. He's very generous to do that. And thank you once again for everyone, and wish you all luck, and take care, stay safe in home during the COVID times, because the first priority is now to survive, and then we can achieve everything as per our dream. So this is signing off, Arun, from a small town of Viluppuram. It's in Tamil Nadu. If I can do it and make it into Germany, and I would pretty sure that everybody can make it and do it. So yeah, thank you guys for the feedbacks, and I will end the session now. So feel free to leave the session, and we will meet you guys soon in the future webinars, which we will uh, be communicating to you how this information has reached to you. So take care. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye.